Greetings of peace to everyone. Good evening, good morning, good. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. And welcome to the last lap of 2020. It's been a marathon this year, and now we're not even on the last lap, we're on the last half lap. And it's not over yet. In fact, it's a long way from over. There's a lot more exciting things that can happen and that are going to happen. The thing is, do I have the stamina to finish this race? As a matter of fact, this time next week, we'll be living in a different world. No matter what happens, it's guaranteed that at this time next week, the world will be substantially different than it is today. In this country, United States, we have a presidential election coming up next Tuesday. And no matter what happens, no matter who wins, it's going to be a change. It's going to be a shift in one direction or another. More specifically, in South Florida, I liken it to hurricane season. And a big storm is coming our way. It's been brewing for several years now. It's a devastating storm. And it looks like it could come and we can have a direct hit, but we're not quite sure. So what we do here is we prepare in advance. I get my food sources put away, I get enough water stored, but most importantly, I put up the protection that I need. Put up my shutters. So I want to make sure that my shutters are easily accessible. What happens is sometimes people forget, and then all kinds of clutter that they've collected through the year in the garage is blocking the easy access to the protection that they need. And this having easy access is a metaphor for spiritual endeavor. Storms are going to come no matter what. Whether or not I survive the storms or be afraid during the storms is completely dependent upon my preparation beforehand. Instead of preparing at the last minute, why not prepare as a way of life so that I'm always ready? I'm ever ready. So really, it's not a spiritual life is not gaining some type of special insight, because underneath all that, what we really believe is that this spiritual insight, this divinity, is within me now, and it always has been within me. I just have to be able to bring it out. And the reason that I'm not aware that it's there is because of all the clutter I have in the garage of my mind. In fact, the whole abode of my life, each room is filled with thoughts, opinions, beliefs, fears, pleasures, desires, all filled everywhere. And I've collected everything, not knowing what is important and what can be let go of. So the first thing we learn is what's important and what's not important now. See, it's not that something has no value. It's that something has value at one point in life, and at another point in life it does not. But unfortunately, because we don't know, we think we might need it someday, like a fear, I hold on to it saying, oh, remember that bad thing happened to you? So I'm always holding on to something unnecessary. This is not the time for that. The storm is not only brewing, the storm is coming. I can wait out the storm if I have a safe abode. And so it's not too late. Let's start right here, right now, of removing everything that is unnecessary. Because this is really just the last few 100 yards of a marathon race. And what we'll find out is if we're going to get a little reprieve, or if we're going to be in the middle of really the worst storm that we've ever known in modern history. So, how do I want to approach this moment? Let me not be afraid of the worst outcome. In fact, let me behave and let me think as if the worst outcome is what's going to happen, so that I can be prepared in any circumstance, that my stability is not conditioned upon what happens, but I somehow develop unconditional stability. And so as I start to prepare and pull out my shutters, the rain has already begun to come down. And so this is where virtues come in. And this particular virtue is tolerance. You can liken tolerance as to pulling the shutters out and putting them up while the rain has already started. It doesn't seem like a big deal at that time, because you know that if you don't do it, things are much worse. Normally I won't even go outside with an umbrella because I'm afraid to get wet. But now here I am, not in the driving rain, but in a steady rain, putting up shutters to remain safe. And this is what I tolerate. I'm tolerating what I have not done in the past. I'm tolerating experiencing my own karma for a temporary period of time. And so that maturity that I've gained through this ability to tolerate is of great benefit to myself. Storms are all around. Storms are coming. Don't be afraid of the storms. This is the message. Don't be afraid of the storms. The storm is a temporary thing of this material world. Just a moment. I am an eternal being. So let's get quiet for a moment. Let's get into a comfortable position. Let's take a couple of breaths. In through the nose, maybe retain it, and then let it out. Again, inhale. Let it out. And one more. That's better. And now remain here in this quiet state of mind, this place of stillness. Let your receptors become more attuned and receive. Remain still. Remain quiet in the mind. And with your inner ear, just listen. This soul living within this body, I'm an eternal being. I was, I am, and I will be. This is me. And just knowing that gives me a sense of power. feeling that allows me to feel this power building and vibrating within me. I, the eternal being, am stronger than any temporary experience. I immerse myself in this power, this beam of light energy streaming into me. It's pure thought. Thought that's not infected by the nonsense of without. I gladly let that go. I've recognized the unnecessariness of worry. I believe, I trust in my destiny. I know that I will do all the work necessary to make myself and those whom I care about safe and free from harm. Worry is no longer part of my vocabulary. Instead, I just use my far-sighted vision to see the destiny within me. I choose the path and each turn with clarity, knowing that it's bringing me closer and closer to my destination. I am at peace. You are at peace. All you have to do is listen and receive. I am at peace. You are at peace. I am safe. You are safe. Om Shanti. We're all in this together. Let's stay together. Let's have hope in ourselves and in one another. And no matter what happens, remain steadfast, remain full of trust. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Namaste. So long for now.